excitement. Zelda. Already got goosebumps. Got a different style. Oh yeah. Wow. That's an interesting title. That's it? May. Okay. That was a really short trailer. They definitely want to save some stuff for Switch 2. Ah, het was echt super kort. It was super short. Huh? It was iets. My son says that it was something. So that's good. We have a date and a name. Yeah, they're definitely saving the blowout for Switch 2. I'm going to play this again and maybe try to do some pianoing. There's plenty for the Zelda tubers to make it through the year at least. I have to be honest that it's kind of weird that they're doing these super short trailers. But like I said, the style is slightly different. It seems like they're going for more of a primordial looking, a more like ancient Greece kind of stuff, or Egypt, like all those stuff in silhouette. This is super interesting though. The rewinding time and then yeah, there's definitely timey-wimey stuff going on with the snake biting its own tail. Tears of the Kingdom, it does sound like a fan title, honestly. Like, it's not as bad as Death of the Wild or one of the other things I saw, but we'll probably get used to it. Yeah, May. That's later than I was hoping, but it's still a clear release date, and that's good news. That means that they kind of know that know what development is doing. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. Random Citizen says, I don't see how the name is so revealing they could not tell it before. I agree. Like, what kingdom? It's still very enigmatic. Tears of what kingdom, and why is it so revealing? It's like an enigmatic Zelda title, just like earlier Zelda games. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is also kind of a strange name. We'll get used to it, for sure. I wanted to pause it. I wanted to pause it at the flying upward stuff. I'm also going to pause it here. So, let's see. Maybe this is the starting area, by the way. Like, this is sort of a Shrine of Resurrection kind of place. They had the reverse tear water drop thing in the first logo. Okay, I'll rewind the thing all the way back to the tapestry kind of stuff that was happening, alright? I am very glad that something appeared, because this is inspiring nonetheless. But like from a technical standpoint, you can definitely see why they want to save it for Switch 2. Here, for example, the LODs, so the detail management, is already very aggressive here to keep up the frame rate, even more than in the original. And the draw distance will probably be crazy. You can already see how far along you can look. This appears to be something like a first dungeon, maybe. In German, it will be called Tränen des Königreichs. Is Tränen tears? Oh yeah, of course, tears. Sorry, I'm still kind of doing a million things in my head. Aspiring Hero says, I think the art is different because it's done by a different tribe in game. That's interesting for sure. Elias Skyhawk says, and hey, you've got some more music to work with for music speculation. Yes, it's so short, man, but I'm so glad it's here because I just wanted to see it again. And this kind of screams to me that, you know, it's still coming. We're not going to say anything yet until the Switch 2 reveal, which they'll probably do in January or February. Okay, let's go forward. So there's multiple stages in the diving. We already saw the patterns. You can probably dive at different speeds, just like in Skyward Sword. Yeah, this is, it seems like the overworld and the sky world are separated spaces, and they're doing some kind of loading mask. Maybe it's just for the trailer, though. This is the Faron region. Not sure where the rock came from. If that's something that then fell down, you can then reverse the timing, probably, eh? Did you see the like the manta ray flying by? Look at that. What kind of creature is that? That's so interesting. Maybe it looks like one of those dragon things from Twilight Princess. They're still climbing, of course. Yeah, this is another of those manta ray looking things. This is the like the Rito village is close by. One of the stables was supposed to be here. And there's the weird markings there. Like that pattern there. That's super interesting. It's also very big. They might be doing some crazy stuff like in scale with mountains moving and stuff. That'd be awesome. I do love this this icon though. Wait a second. Do you remember the piano thing that I did last year? That also had a circle logo in it. It's in Le Mans, Breath of the Wild 2, piano loop. Yeah, look at that. But of course it's a loop, so yeah, that makes sense. Tears of the Kingdom. The logo looks weird. Looks a little weird, but we'll get used to it. Okay, we're going to watch the entire thing. I'm going to shut up, and then I'm going to try to analyze the music a bit, all right? I did a foreshadowing because I definitely knew what was coming. Okay, let's see what's going on. Gerudo, kind of. Is that Vati or something from Minish Cap? Looks like it could be. That's Zelda with the Sheikah icon. This does sound very good though. Loving the orchestral chimes there. Yeah, loving the gong, like the kind of Buddhist sounding gong. Yeah, the Master Sword looks really cool, right? It's got the, you can see here that it's continuing in some sort of pattern. Komorebi, thanks for stopping by. Aspiring Hero says, I think it's meant to be the body whose big green hand you saw on the other trailer seen in Ganondorf. That's interesting for sure. Okay, so one more time, and I'll pause whenever there's something interesting and let me know. There's all kinds of interesting stuff in the chat, by the way. Excuse me, Aspiring Hero says those dragons are the same Style as the ones you see as statues throughout the Faron region. The dragon heads from the flamethrowers in that logo. That's interesting, yeah. See you later, Selena. Thanks for stopping by. For everybody, by the way, who has had enough of my rambling, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to analyze this music, and I'll have a arrangement up tomorrow. Zelda Bigoron's Eye Drops.
Return to Dreamland will be released. Watching today's Nintendo Direct. This next trailer will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
Really love to know what's going on behind the scenes at Nintendo, by the way. The COVID stuff. That instrument is like a dulcimer kind of thing. From was used for the Gerudo in Breath of the Wild. It's already sort of a different kind of vibe in the chords. See you later, Hithwin and Omiel. Ooh. Okay, I'm not going to transcribe that live. That's going to take a while, those chords. There's lots of like the shrine music motifs in the music so far. Oh, take a look, Freddy, at the volcano soon. Catnap says the creature carving kind of reminds me of the forest spirit from Princess Mononoke. Yeah, and the music as well. I do like that it's less solemn than Breath of the Wild. Like it's got a little bit more, a little bit more energy to it for some reason. Like two princesses? She's holding hands with someone that we're not going to see. Okay, so the doors already have the logo on them. You see that? So the kingdom, and we're not sure. It's probably the Sky Kingdom. Do you guys know the? There's a screenshot. There's a kid at one of the stables in Breath of the Wild that says that something like only good children get to see the kingdom in the sky. There we are. Free content, Monster Maze. There you go. He already has a video laid out. Probably already knows the stuff much better than I do. Robot arm. Yeah, so this is the logo to the game. You can see that the texture resolution is quite low here, lower than much of it in the original Breath of the Wild. So I'm starting to see why they want to show this on the new one. It can also be an eye. Yeah, Vati eye. Let's look up some Vati. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it doesn't connect here at the top. It has the squiggly corners of his eyes. Yeah, the stream resolution is low, but if you compare the... Yeah, maybe you're right. It's always kind of difficult to see it through the stream. It does seem like Link's running animation is different. I would like him to change appearance as well, because we already know this looks so well. Really loving the big stonework here. There's some seems like cherry blossom trees or something of the sort. He has colorful thingies there at his waist. Seems like it's where the Sheikah's slate would be. That's cool. Yeah. It looks like what's the English word? Scrolls. It looks like scrolls instead of runes, but still having the same function. I really love the way his arm looks, by the way. It does look like a robot arm. Dang, they know what they're doing, don't they? Test tubes. Follow Link on his gardening and farming adventure to fill all the test tubes with his favorite kind of berry juice. It's probably something new. I don't think they're bringing back stuff from Minish Cap. Honestly, it's been so long. It's only going to limit them. Looks like a Great Plateau kind of situation, where some islands have colder climates to teach you about the climate stuff before you get the parasail. Zelda's arm on a stone wall looks robotic too. That's something to look into. There's also something above the quote-unquote dungeon here. Yeah, scrolls, eh? Like you can open... Maybe you have to charge them or something. Maybe there's some kind of fuel that has to go into them. Yeah, the shield is so cool looking, man. There's also... Like, he's fully decked out. He's got a sword as well, it seems. Is it the Gnarlop Master Sword or is it a different sword? I'm not sure if you folks can see that. Yeah, it's a complete sword. It's not the Master Sword. I did say parasail. Okay, I'm gonna pause it again because I'm a weeb. I want to squeeze all the juice out of this. All the sweet, sweet Zelda juice. I do like that we get to revisit a few locations, but I'd love it if they could really change it up. Lots of sky things here. And also, I really like the clouds. They're probably hiding all kinds, like what the Malice was in Breath of the Wild. Maybe these kinds of cloud covers are for this game. Where they're still able to hide stuff even though it's in the air. And then later on you get to visit it. Lazarus asks, do we think he loses his arm or is that just a sleeve? Yeah, that's interesting. Would be kind of gnarly if he really lost his arm and then got a replacement. Not sure. Very interesting. Aspiring Hero says, I wonder if that rock has always been there like in Breath of the Wild, but only now you have the ability to reverse it back to the sky. Yeah, that's also a question I have. Like, how interactive is that power? Like, is it only on certain scripted elements or can you reverse all kinds of stuff? Oh, thanks, Nicker. Oh my god, I wish I'd known earlier. Stream is at 60 FPS though, so it's going to take 2 ticks. Oh, now it's stopped working. Oh man, the cloud looks very awesome. Seems like my browser has problems with the frame-by-frame things. Ah, man. Like the lightning strikes and stuff behind the cloud. Oh man, that's so cool. Yeah, they really have some of the best artists in the business. Still have a bit of the glowy trees syndrome. Not sure if that's a Switch limitation. I have the idea that the ambient occlusion, like the shadow, is new there. Gives it a little bit more depth. For sure, this is also Link's new fancy new Greek-inspired outfit. And what about the thing? Like, can you like summon it and then just fly at will or something. That's interesting. Hey, Candy. Yeah, man, there's all kinds of stuff coming out of Red Mountain. That's interesting. Red Mountain is something different. Red Mountain is from Morrowind. This is Death Mountain. Yeah, maybe it's like a Loftwing, but maybe like the it's a kind of a restricted kind of Loftwing. That, and then later in the game you get a real one, like this one's on rails, for example. That'll be interesting. You think you're going on an adventure? Nah, you're gonna farm them crabs. This is a very cool shot. So here there's a large landmass, it seems. And the way that mountain is erupting is very ominous looking, for sure. Oh, James, yeah, I feel you. Also, no Metroid Prime. So, weird. 777 guy asks, what do you think of the music? I think it's very interesting. It's it reminds me a bit of the Attack on no, not the Attack. Like the dungeon music for Va Meadow. Which makes sense, of course, because this is also around flying. I do hope that there's more than just Hyrule and the little islands. It's probably also an underground, but I'd also love it if there's like additional land masses beyond just the Hyrule that we know. Doesn't look like it, but you know, these things, you know, if they're talking about a kingdom, it's probably a kingdom in the sky that the kid was talking about. There's more islands here, by the way. It's quite a lot. So then the tiers are obviously the things that are falling down from the kingdom. So maybe the kingdom used to be suspended by some kind of magic that's now fading, and or maybe Ganondorf did something or stuff, and now it's falling down. So it would be cool if large parts of the kingdom, for example, here just start falling down and completely changing the landscape. Or giant sky islands. It's also interesting. This is so cool looking, by the way. This thing. May is far away, by the way, folks. May is in September, October, November, December. 8 months. Ah, well. Yeah, I do love how they're kind of changing out the logo. They're trying to give this game its own identity. I think the more we see of it, the more we see that it has its own identity. It's a little bit more like cartoony and a little bit more saturated, so to speak. There's no flower here. This time the Master Sword itself seems to be the key logo. This looks weird though. It does look like Nintendo's having a hard time currently, probably because of the Switch 2 coming up. Splatoon 3 came in really hot. This seems to come in quite hot, even though they now have a release date. They had to delay the Switch Sports update. Mario Kart stuff was late, the second wave. Okay, this is cool. You know, the Dutch dating scheme is like in the Netherlands. You have the is this May or is this? Yeah, so in the Netherlands, what you do is first you have the day, so 12, so 5 December 2023. So I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, like 5 December 2023, no, but it's different. It's May, so oh my god, I'm so relieved. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up if they see they have the video. Yeah, they do, which is good because then we get to probably have it a little higher resolution, or not the resolution, but the streaming quality. I'm gonna say something here. What should I say? Interesting how the style seems subtly different compared to Breath of the Wild. Looking forward to seeing more. Also, piano arrangement within 24 hours. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't pick my nose on stream. Yeah, I will also extend this as much as I can, and I'll probably try to tie this into the previous one and make one large video with both of the songs. Yeah, so this chordance is very hard. The next chords are weird. This is interesting. It seems like this is some kind of a hero or a knight or whatever that's working with the bokoblins and the moblins. I do hope we get some different creatures. We probably will. Hey, the Art of Mean. Tears of the Kingdom, such a UK spoiler. These things look like the charms or something from Ocarina of Time. What's it called? Like the thing you get from the sages. Help me out, folks. Like 7. There's 7 of those. Like in Link to the Past, I think, also had 7 of the things. What's the things you collect in Ocarina of Time? First you get the emeralds, and then you have to collect the... Saria became a medallion. Thank you very much. Thing medallion. Oh, it could also be tears. Tears of the kingdom? Tears. Mwah. Mwah. Yeah, this is Zelda falling down, we know, of course. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Medallions, yeah. Also looks like the Ember relics, yeah. And the Dream relics from Skyward Sword. I'm sorry, folks. I'm just completely chewing on this trailer. I was looking at the stonework here. Looks kind of weird. A sacrifice, yeah, it does look like more like a sacrifice indeed. Yeah, this is piano sound is also a little bit brighter, much brighter than the Breath of the Wild one. So it sounds more like a Ghibli kind of piano sound, like the bright, like 90s kind of thing. Captain Cuttlefish says, well, I think the literal title is Tears, Crying, but I think it also means tears as the kingdom has fallen or is falling apart. That makes sense. It's definitely something that the Zelda team would do. That's it. No Metroid Prime. No ports, but we did get 1 minute. 1 minute of Zelda footage. Or like from 40 until 60, so to speak. So like 20, 30 seconds. Pikmin 3, yeah. Pikmin 3 is good for the folks. Maybe we can check out the Japanese title. That's interesting. Nintendo Japan YouTube. Like recently, the Zelda games have always had the English title in Japanese as well. So Tunic is also cool that one's coming. Looks like the Zelda one isn't on yet. You can of course just look it up and see what it's called in game. They might have the same logo. They don't. Anybody who can read Japanese? Is this like, does it just say Tears of the Kingdom? Oh, that's cool, the Art of Mean. Let me know. In the meanwhile, I'll play just a little bit of just a little bit of music, just a little bit, to kind of cool down. See you later, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. Ulysses says it says delayed to 2024. I will reevaluate my life choices if that happens. Art of Mean says it's just Tears of the Kingdom in katakana. Okay, so that means that it's a... So just like Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword and stuff. Zeruda no Densetsu Teazu Ofuza Kim Gudomu. Kim Gudomu. Have you guys talked about the rabbit-like character in their engravings? Raphael asks. Sort of, kind of. I was thinking it might have been a callback to Minish Cap. Other folks weren't convinced. It is a very interesting looking character for sure. Guru says, I don't know why, but in French it's a really nice name. Les Larmes du Royaume. I think it's a really good choice for a name. Les Larmes du Royaume, yeah. The Dutch name would be... Dutch isn't a very poetic language. It would be De Tranen van het Koninkrijk, which does sound a little bit like our queen also died. Looks like an owl. Yeah, it looks like the blue piece for sure. Like it looks a little bit like the Lord of the Mountain. Lord of the Mountain is also a little bit rabbit-like. Yeah, but this one does look... It also has the swirly things. That's interesting. Swirly things, check. Rabbit ears, check. But this one does look much more like a humanoid kind of character. Do we get a overview shot? No, we don't. Okay. Yeah. It's probably something new. Someone said something about the dragons being in the same style as the towers in Faron in Breath of the Wild. No, 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 no. Oh, here's the dude. And this is kind of like, a little bit like an Aztec style, which would also make sense with the kind of the sacrificial stuff going on. New Zelda trailer, yeah, it looks like Zonai. Maybe, yeah, it does. I really like the style. It's really it's recognizable, but it's still different enough. Maybe it's the goddess. That'd be cool if we'd get to see the goddess, and the goddess wouldn't be super humanoid. It does look like it's not very humanoid, by the way. Now that I see the proportions, it does look like it could have a tail for sure. Does it look like Mascotia? And Mascotia doesn't have the... yeah, it's stylized, of course, but this one seems to have something like a cape. Raphael asks, is it Zelda or Ganondorf floating? That's also a good question. It does look more like the dress that Zelda has. Tears of the Kingdom, baby! Okay, one more time. Then I'm gonna stop for dinner, and tonight I'll be arranging this stuff. This is so Castle in the Sky. Like, there's a synthesizer in the background. That's very Joe Hisaishi from the Ghibli music. If you pay attention, there's like a synthesizer in the background. He also does that a lot. Synthesizer with orchestra. Very cool. I love this kind of sound that it makes. It's even more Ghibli, the music. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel like these should be centered, but I'm just a schlub. I don't know anything about graphic design. Oh, it's got a little bit more of the old Zelda vibe, I feel. Like it, and they catch a really nice balance. It feels like it's both more whimsical, or more cartoony, like more energetic, but it's also more mystical. That's super interesting. Like Breath of the Wild, of course, was very down to earth, but this one feels like it's ready to go places. Mountain looks so ominous in the background. There, it looks hair-raisingly imposing. To say nothing of Hyrule Castle, of course. You can also see a hole in the ground there. Like here, seems like a hole in the ground. And here is another one of those squiggly line things. Like there's one here near the castle. And there's one here at the edge of the Gerudo Mountains. There's also something square, like a goddess cube or something there, down there. Annabelle says Death Mountain looked like it blew up. Yeah, I hope that the Gorons are alright. Here, there's some kind of a cube down there. Bridge is still intact. How cool would it be if like the canyon opened up and you would like an entire new landmass like underneath the canyon and stuff? That'd be very interesting. The Art of Mean says it looks a little bit more linear, which is great for storytelling. It does, but I'm not a fan of video game stories, so I hope that it still has that kind of laissez-faire attitude. There's a really big sky island here, yeah, that's true. I hope that there's like huge land masses, but also not only like I'd love larger land masses like this, but there's so many small islands. They're everywhere. You see that? All the little shadows there and the silhouettes in the background. So interesting. What about a big light marking on the land? Yeah. Maybe those are the locations that you should seek out before more story stuff happens. I'm not sure. That feels a little bit like the Champions Ballad. I wasn't a fan of that. Like having to seek out very specific locations. But maybe there's so many that it doesn't matter. Maybe it's like a teleporting point to one of the bigger islands up in the air. Interesting stuff. Yorino asks, have we seen any content where Link is walking on the mainland? We do in the previous trailer, but not in this one. Previous trailer, you can see him fighting bokoblins again. Yeah, second trailer. Nice French, Tim. Merci beaucoup. I did pass my French exams, but I couldn't speak French to save my life. Maybe I could. But... Okay, it's dinner time. After dinner, I'm going to arrange this, and I hope to have something for you all tomorrow. Try to get it within 24 hours. Shouldn't be too hard. It's mostly chords. thanks for watching along with the direct, everybody. This was fun. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you as well. The stupid stuff with the farming games and everything. We manifested some Zelda news. Yeah, we did that. If we weren't here, there wouldn't be any Zelda news. I promise. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. It was the 50 Stardew Valleys and a little bit of Zelda direct stream. See you soon, and hang in there. Bye bye. Happy farming. Happy farming. Farming. Yeah, I'll have videos this week. I'm going to video the heck out of this. Don't worry. Alrighty. Hasta la vista. See you later.